Good morning. My name is Noni Matigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Judge Rata. Judge Rata from the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Okay. So is Judge Rata biased, guys? Or that's a dumb question to even ask. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's find out. Something is very strange happening inside the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Very, very strange things are happening in that trial. Very strange things that you've never seen in other trials happening. Everything about that trial is unusual, guys. That I can tell you for free. Everything about that trial is unusual. Anyway, so defense lawyers raise objections again and again. But Judge Rata says nothing, no ruling, no response. It's like he's not there. It's like he is so not there. Instead, the proceedings move on almost as if the defense voice doesn't matter. That's what happens in that courtroom. I remember there was a time Omnisi actually stood and was like, I'm waiting for your ruling. The judge did not budge, nothing, no response. That's how he continues with that case. So what happening in any fair trial, I suppose, when a lawyer objects, the judge must immediately rule. Either sustain the objection or overrule it. It does not happen in the Senzo Meyiwa case. That ruling is what keeps the trial balanced, ensuring that both prosecution and defense are treated equally. But when a judge stays silent, the courtroom loses its rhythm and the scale of justice began to tilt. And that's exactly what happens in the Senzo Meyiwa case. Now, he gets surprised when observers are now asking questions. Why does Judge Rata remain silent on defense objections? He gets like not pleased with that. He's not impressed. Yet actively defend the state position. That's what he does. So I think that is a sign of being biased on my end, of course. What do you think on your side? Drop on the comment section and tell me your thoughts. Or is it simply an attempt to keep control of an emotional charge, politically sensitive case? I don't think so. I don't think he should have taken it if that was the case, if he was not going to be able to deal with it. Okay? Under South African law, judicial impartiality is not optional. It's a constitutional duty. So that means Judge Rata needs to bring his A game, which he's failing dismally. Section 35 of the Constitution guarantees every accused person a fair and impartial trial. If a judge consistently ignores the defense and decides with the prosecution, it could form grounds for an appeal or even a judicial misconduct complaint, because justice doesn't just need to be done. It needs to be seen to be done. And in this case, nothing is happening or moving in a direction that it needs to. Because justice does not need to be done, it needs to be seen to be done. It's not happening in the Senzo Meyiwa case. In a case as sensitive as Senzo Meyiwa's, every gesture, every silence, and every unanswered objection, it matters. It matters. The public is watching. The families are waiting. The credibility of justice system hangs in the balance. But Judge Rata seems not to care. Judge Rata seems not to care. There are so many instances where Judge Rata, instead, it's either he gets emotional, gets angry. There are so many like instances from 2023 back in 2023 when he started with the case. There are so many witnesses. I mean, there are so many instances where Judge Rata fought with Mshololo, fought with Gomezulu. I remember Mshololo at some point she was doing cross-examination with Zungu, and she lost it and said, you are always defending the state witnesses. At some point, there was something like that. And then there was somewhere when they were doing trial within a trial to determine whether the so-called confessions can be taken in or not, are admissible or not. And Mshololo was trying to stand up for Muzi, because I remember the witness who was there, was it Muhola? No, it was Muzi on the stand. And then now, there was a statement that was written, and then they were trying to get Muzi to read it or something. And then Mshololo stood up and said, no, Muzi did not write that, and it's not his statement. I think it was Mufola's statement or something. Your Judge Ratha lost it and was like, Mshololo, I'm not part of this nonsense. He went on and on and on shouting at Mshololo, and it did not even make sense. What did Mshololo do? We were all shocked, but he was angry for some weird reason. There was a time Mgomezulu, the late advocate Mgomezulu, said, "My lord, you are entering the arena. You are answering on you are answering on behalf of the witnesses." I think it was Gininda who was on the witness box. And then there was a time Mgomezulu once said, "You are colluding with the state." Yes, he withdrew that because I suppose he got angry and said that. And Judge Ratha was like, "I will sue you, Mgomezulu." Like there was a lot, guys. There was a lot of things that have happened in that case. And the Senzo Meyiwa matter. And Judge Ratha does not learn. He does not stop. He continues to do what he does best. And then there was a time, even Ramsipile at some point told Judge Ratha, "You are impatient. You need to practice to be patient with us. You are impatient when it comes to us." And there was a time Ramsipile had so much respect because he's a very respectful guy. He had so much respect, but he has lost respect for Judge Ratha. He's still respectful, but he has lost respect for Judge Ratha because of how Judge Ratha treats them as children and how he speaks with them. And Ramsipile claps back all the time. Even Zitulele Nxumalo, the one guy that is following his name, he is indeed Zitulele. He keeps quiet, minds his own business, do cross-examination when it's needed. There was a time when Judge Ratha implied that he must go back to school. Yeah, he said it, go back to school. Uzitulele was not impressed that day with that. He was really like, with the way he looked at him. So that's how he has been, Judge Ratha, in that courtroom. There was a time, and now it's the season of, there was a season of Mshololo, there was a season of Mgomezulu. Now it's the season of Mnisi. When it comes to Advocate Mnisi, he does not want him to even speak. He does not want even, if Mnisi open his mouth, the judge goes mad. He uses his hands, their hands gesture, that are very unprofessional that he uses in that courtroom. He will speak over Mnisi. Mnisi will try to say something, he will speak over him, or he will get up and do an adjournment while Mnisi is busy talking. Those are the type of things that he does in that courtroom, Judge Ratha. I promise you. He has not been fair at all. He will speak over Mnisi. He won't allow Mnisi to explain, like a recent incident. Mnisi was saying what? Or Mnisi did an objection and was asking, or was trying to understand. I think it was a clarifying matter. He wanted to understand what Baloyi, prosecutor Baloyi was saying. Hey, and then obviously they speak through my lord. Not my lord telling Mnisi, ask him. It's not me. Ask him. I don't know. Ask him. And then Mnisi was like, I'm supposed to be speaking direct to you. And the judge was like, ask him. Mnisi now started having a conversation, a straight conversation with Baloyi, because that's what the judge ordered. And Baloyi was like, there's no procedure. Like Mnisi, like, no, direct it to the judge. Me, I am telling you, I'm doing what the judge ordered me to do. I got permission from him. So those are the type of things that Judge Ratha does in that courtroom. And they are very uncomfortable at times. They become too intense. They become very heavy, guys, at times. And that judge seems not to care. It's like it's someone who says, it's not like I have anything to lose. It's not like I care what you guys do. It's not like you're gonna do whatever. There was a time at some point he said to Mgomezulu, take me to Constitutional Court. Go to appeal, you won't win. There was a time he said such, guys. That's the kind of a judge that we are dealing with here. There was a time he said such things to Mgomezulu. unfortunately. That's the type of a person that Judge Rota is in that courtroom. Sad, ne? That's the type of a person that he is. So, guys, I'm saying all of that because I'm thinking, no, man, Judge Rata is too much. Judge Rata is doing too much, more than we can do or we can accept, more than we can deal with in this process that is. The way he's moving, guys, the way he moves, it's not nice. The way he's handling himself, he's not nice. The way he's so biased, the way he stands with the state, the way he will never call Baloyi out. That judge will never call Baloyi out on anything. The way he will shout at the defense, the way he will make himself look or sound superior, the way he will tell them he knows the law, the way he will badger the same things that he says he listened to, the way he will say, I know the law, the way he will brag about his 50-something years, 56 or 55 years experience, the way he will brag, guys, yet he will come and talk about, there are so many times that he will come and say, I listen in this, I know the evidence, but the same judge that says, I know the evidence, he will twist things around. He will talk about things that happened to accused 2 on a case of accused number 1. That's the type of judge that we have there. So, guys, what are your thoughts when it comes to Judge Rata? Do you think that Judge Rata is fair? Do you think Judge Rata is not biased? Do you think that I'm being unfair when I say he's a biased judge? He stands with the state all the way through. He's been like that since 2023 when he started the case. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.